Karate's a way of communicating. Ask me a question.
What are your plans for the weekend?
I'm going to do some grocery shopping and rent a film to watch in the comfort of my own home. Did that answer your question?
What's going on, guys? The Flicker Man coming right back at you with another film review. I just got back from The Art of Self-Defense with Jesse Eisenberg. Wow, what a film. There were about 3 or 4 people, or 3 or 4 groups of people in my audience, probably about 12, 13 people total. And man, did this film deserve a full house. I think this is my favorite comedy of the year. Booksmart was pretty good. No other comedies are really coming to mind, even though I know I've seen a few more this year. Definitely, hands down, my favorite comedy of the year. The physical comedy on display from Jesse Eisenberg. He was great in the Facebook Movie, but I've never seen him in a role that just fits him. I feel like this is him. This is how he acts as a person, and this is just not even acting. Man, the absolute physical comedy on display. Even if it's just him doing some work with his eyebrows or grabbing something at the grocery store in a funny manner. It's absolutely amazing, the physical comedy that he's able to achieve, and the director, I'm sure, telling him all this stuff. Something else I'd like to commend in this film, the editing. Absolutely amazing editing. The cuts and the comedic timing and the vocal, everything involved with the timing of the editing and the cuts, so on point. Every shot lingers for just the right amount of time, and sometimes it's too long, but it's perfect. I don't mean to say too long, it's just the right amount of time, but it's long and perfect. So absolutely love the editing choice. I'll be going on IMDb and checking out some more of her work. I noticed it was a woman editor, so that was awesome. I'm going to be checking out what else she's done. It dives a lot into the comedy of guns versus hand-to-hand combat, like karate or knives or things like that.
I'm interested in buying a gun. I need something that can fit into my hand.
Sounds like you're after a handgun.
Awesome idea for a comedy. I love, whoever was pitching this idea had a great idea. If I was going to describe this movie to someone, it almost feels like a little bit more of a disturbing R-rated Napoleon Dynamite with karate. And it's funny because I know Napoleon Dynamite had that karate scene in it. And it almost kind of feels like that stretched out, but a little bit more serious. And it's got sort of that Wes Anderson style of comedy where it's like awkward comedy. Here's how I could describe Jesse Eisenberg's performance. It's top tier Michael Cera. When Michael Cera was in his prime, I'm talking Superbad, Scott Pilgrim, those kinds of films. Top tier Michael Cera. By the way, what happened to Michael Cera? I was just talking about that with someone today. What happened to Michael Cera? We want you back, man. Hollywood wants you back. Jesse Eisenberg, man, knocked it out of the park. Another thing I didn't mention was I'm not the biggest fan of Jesse Eisenberg. I think he's got some misfires. I think Batman vs. Superman wasn't that great performance-wise from him. Now, it could have been the script. It could have been a number of things. There was so much studio interference, I think, with that film that could have been a lot of other things besides his particular acting. But, and also I have to bring up that he killed it in the Justice League end credits. That was Lex Luthor right there. The whole time I was watching Batman vs. Superman, I thought, that's the Riddler, or that's the Joker or something. That's not Lex Luthor at all. Justice League end credits, man, talk about redemption. I could have watched a full nother movie of just Lex after that. I mean, seriously, the bald head, the demeanor, everything about it was just classic Lex Luthor. So I applaud him on that. I don't like him in every role, but I absolutely loved it. This was the role for him. This was made for him. Seriously, he killed it in this role. I couldn't recommend this movie enough. The climax of the film, absolutely couldn't have asked for a better climax. This was a damn great comedy. Highly recommend anyone. If you're a fan of Napoleon Dynamite or just awkward comedies like that, highly recommend you give this a watch. For me, this is going to be a 9 out of 10, easy.
Good.